this content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no
a
one.
second.
Oh, no.
When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching SeptumSin versus the world. I'm SeptumSin. This is Kotobukijake.
Hey.
And we're here to show you what they got.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
They got a big haul this week,
but no Gundam.
but no Gundam. They could have used that mech to carry around everything else.
They
you know?
could have. But there are a few things that you might like right here. All right, so again, we will be talking about our rating system, but we're going to show that at the end, as we have been recently. Of course, our top tier is our priority, must-gets. Our yes, please is our definitely wish list. Our meh, or not meh, our curious is curious. Our meh, very low angle. And then our hell no, well, hell no. We're not going to put that in our collection. Never. So, yes, I know the microphone is being accessed.
Of course, I'm going to go ahead and throw a little wrinkle in there because I'm enjoying myself an albino monkey. We'll say the top tier will be 5 monkeys, then 4 monkeys, then 3 monkeys, then 2 monkeys, and the hell no will be no monkeys.
As long as it's not 12 monkeys.
Yeah, I know. That would be that's crazy. Anyway, Cannon Busters, new series from Funimation. Never heard of it before, but this is a limited edition set apparently.
Well, they have another one's limited edition coming.
Well, it says limited edition there,
Oh,
so that's what I'm
weird.
looking at. Yeah, but anyway, so follow the adventures of Sam, S-A-M, a friendship droid who is joined by a quirky maintenance robot and a deadly fugitive. Together, the trio embarks on an unforgettable journey that I have already forgotten. But anyway, it looks fun. It looks cute. It looks like it's worth 3 monkeys.
It's what, a 12 episoder? Yeah.
So I'm curious about it.
It's a curiouser one. Alright, Cannon.
Are you curious, Mr. Anderson?
Cats are always curious.
Yeah.
That's what kills them. Alright, so Karakuri Circus. This one looks interesting. Kind of looks like that one Carnival, you know?
Look at it wrong. It could be curious.
So let's see here. Of course, Sentai is doing this. Age rating 17 plus. 36 episodes. When Norumi Kaito, a martial artist affiliated with a bizarre condition known as Zonafa syndrome, attempts to rescue a young boy from incredibly powerful attackers, he is stunned to discover that his opponents aren't even human. Well, you know, it looks interesting. I'm not sure what the 17 plus is on it, but
it's about puppets and puppet masters. You know it's not for kids.
Well, definitely not. And I'll be occasionally checking back with the camera to make sure that
We have Inuyasha Set 5, continuing on with the Blu-ray release of Inuyasha, which in our previous attempt we established this is moving faster than the old DVD release. So you have episodes 112 to 139. They very well could be wrapping up the season with Set 6. Series.
that'd be one
That
hell
would
of a
be
terrible Set 7.
It would suck if they decide to split it up and do 6 and 7. But here's hoping, even if you don't get one fewer sets, the Blu-ray size definitely saves space off the previous releases. This is a recent enough series that I'm sure the Blu-ray probably looks pretty decent, I'm sure. I hope they put that effort in. I am collecting this on Blu-ray, and because of that, and because it is a classic essential series, this definitely does get 5 monkeys. So, 'tis a priority.
Alright, so next up is Nekopara, which is a Funimation series. 6 cute cat girls, or Nekos, work together at a confection shop run by Kasho Minaduki. From baking to running errands, they love to help their human owners out. But a chance encounter with a tiny kitten is about to change everything. Well, I mean, it looks interesting enough. It sounds like it's going to be one of those series. um, they're kind of a dime a dozen as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, it's got my basic interest, but no more than most of the other ones that have been up this week, anime-wise.
One interesting thing about this one, which is why it definitely caught my attention, this franchise was the subject of several Kickstarter campaigns. And I can't remember, did they fund the anime with crowdfunding, or was that just one of the releases?
I don't know. I wasn't even paying attention that it even had a crowdfunding
They
campaign.
did. I don't know if it was for the anime particularly or for the game. It's based on like one of those. I think it's based on one of those dating sims or whatever.
Probably.
I can't remember for sure. I just remember seeing multiple Kickstarter campaigns and thinking, "Oh, that looks cute. I might kick some money that way," and I just never got around to it. I kind of wish I did. I want to get involved in releasing more of these, even if they're,
Yeah.
something like this. It might still be fun to. I am definitely curious about it. I'm not going to go out of my way to get the series, but it looks cute. It looks fun.
All right.
All right. We've got a re-release this week. Very spiffied up and different looking re-release of Sakura Wars. Who put this out originally? Was that Funimation?
Actually, this is Funimation. This is a
This
different
is Funimation.
one.
That's one. Oh, it's a different
Yeah,
series?
this is Sakura Wars, the animation, which came out later. It's a later running series, 12 episodes. Very different from that one in the movie that did come out here.
Okay. So, like, different as in totally... It's not a different series,
I think it's
right?
based... I think it comes from the ONA that came out.
Okay.
A spin-off of
But
that.
still the same franchise.
Same basic franchise, yes.
Well, it looks fun. I've only heard middling things about the original, but I'm curious nonetheless.
The original was a fun series.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the weird-looking barrel mechs that they had because they kind of looked the old... Now they look kind of more modernish. I've never seen this one. I am kind of inclined to get it because I have the other series, but I'm in no hurry to get it. So it's a yes, please, just because it's on my list.
Right.
But I'm not really... I can't guarantee you that I'll still get it, but it's on my list to get.
I guess I'll be nice and give you that.
Hey,
I'm right on the border, really.
It wouldn't be on my yes please list if I didn't have the first series. I didn't have the original series on there. All right. So one of my additions to make sure I caught up to numbers was one that Dave, I'm sure, would be happy about because he loves these movies. And this is the Dragonheart collection. It's hard to believe they put 5 movies out of this. Essentially, the first one had the late Sean Connery as the voice of the dragon. But you have Dragonheart, Dragonheart A New Beginning, Dragonheart The Sorcerer's Curse, Dragonheart Battle for the Heartfire, and Dragonheart Vengeance. And the funniest thing is, the only one that has a number beside it is the third film. It's like, they went, nah, we're not going to number... Oh, wait, well, maybe we will number them. Nah, we're not going to number them. It's kind of funny that way.
Yeah.
There was a DVD release of this that's been out for a while, but I guess they finally wanted it up to Blu-ray. I won't buy it for $20.
No.
But if it were to go down to 10, I might consider it, because I like Dragonheart, and I wouldn't mind getting all the movies in one swoop. So, I'll give it a strong curious, but a curious.
I can go for that. It's worth 3 monkeys.
A drink to that.
All right. The Alienist Angel of Darkness. Talking about things, it's showing numbers. And, from what I can tell, this is simply Season 2 of The Alienist.
There's the original.
Yes, but they call it Angel of Darkness. This is a series that, if memory serves correctly, I want to say that's Daniel Bruhl and Dakota Fanning, right?
It could be. I don't know.
Well, you've got potentially
Let's
a
see.
cast list down here. Daniel Bruhl, Dakota Fanning, and Luke Evans. Yeah, there we go.
That's about all they've got.
That is a very intriguing cast. This is it's their limited series. It's one of those things where it's like they'll do a short series, they come back and do another one. I've heard good things about it. I've actually heard really good things about it. It's one that I very much intend to see one of these days. Whether I would prioritize it, that's hard to say, but it's worth 4 monkeys.
I'm curious, but a very low curious. I don't like investing in series without...
Was that on that wasn't on the info you gave me, was
No,
it?
this was accidentally put on when I was loading these.
Okay.
So I'm probably going to have to go in there, and it's not on the slideshow.
Okay.
It's just, I'm going to have to go in and remove those and put them
I saw
into my
you had
movie
another
posters.
one on there that's not coming out this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not coming out because they were
Right.
pickups recently.
Right.
And I was trying to quickly get the movie posters into my collection. But that movie, by the way, is a 2020 release.
Which one? Oh, yeah, I know. I need to see it.
So, next up here is Grizzly.
Not a 2020 release.
So, I mean, as Jake can see, I purchased this, and I'd been purchasing... It's been purchased for a while.
Nice.
And I've had the second film sitting in my collection, but I want to see the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Severin is re-releasing this less than a year after the release of Steven Spielberg's shark blockbuster. Director William Girdler of Day of the Animals and infamous distributor Film Ventures International, known for Great White, brazenly unleashed their own Jaws with claws sensation that would become one of the most successful independent horror films in history. I don't know about that. Christopher George, Andrew Prine, and Richard Jekyll star in this bloody, sexy, and immortal trash classic about an 18-foot tall
Ursus
Arctos
Horribilis.
Horribilis on a carnivorous rampage through the state park full of campers and the ranger, chopper pilot, and naturalist who must stop it. Grizzly now roars with a 2K scan from the Enter Negative Plus special features produced exclusively for this edition. So, like I said, they've had it on Blu-ray before, but this was a new one that was releasing not but like a couple months after the second one was releasing. I was like, I can wait. And it has a decent number of special features on that bad boy. And, I got the second one. You got to get the original. And hey, you should like it. They used a natural, like, science term. I don't know whether it was really a legit science term.
It is.
Horribilis.
Well, that is, I believe, the official name of the Western Grizzly,
There you go.
if I remember correctly.
See, they were trying to appeal to you.
Indeed.
So, for me, I did get this as soon as it basically, before it even released, so I gotta put it as a priority because I made it a priority.
This one I'm on the fence about. It could be horrible and I could regret ever seeing it. But I am curious. That's worth 3 monkeys.
Alright, I'll take it down to a yes, please. You gotta admit, though, you'd probably get the second one.
Oh, I will. Actually, technically, that's a 2020 release, sadly. So I need to see that.
Oh, shoot. George Clooney in that one.
I know. Much younger George Clooney. Okay. Speaking of people that associated with early 90s television, we got the Hoff and Pamela Anderson and Carmen Electra and Yasmin Bleeth and all the other fine folks that populate the classic series Baywatch, which got a remastered release, 9 seasons in a big old box. Okay, anyone who was a child of the 80s and 90s knows this show, for better or worse. I have probably only seen a half dozen episodes of my life. I have little desire to sit and watch 198 episodes of this crap. But on the other hand, it is a piece of TV history.
Piece of something.
It is that. And come on, for any true collector, that's worth at least 3 monkeys. In fact, I'm sorely tempted to push it up to yes, please, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go with curious.
This will be my first meh. Because, in truth, I'll admit, I might, if I see it like for $10,
Oh, I would get that for
I'd probably
$10.
get it, but I can't really. No, I mean, and I would definitely take it if it was given as a gift.
Yeah.
But it's so big. It's not worth the room that I would lose in my collection just to have that. And I'd never watch it.
Well, that'd be better than having a big old deluxe edition barbed wire that takes up that much space.
That's true. So this one is Last Action Hero is coming with a 4K steelbook. Now, there are very few places that have this. Walmart is one of the few that's still selling this. They're either sold out or not there, and I don't know. The $33.92 is better than the $37 it originally was selling for, but I mean, I got it on the Blu-ray. I really wish I had that VHS slipcover because that would have made it complete. But that's all I needed it on. I don't need this on 4K. It's I mean, it was an okay film. I don't understand this one and Jingle All the Way becoming such cult classics.
Hey, Sue.
I mean,
You don't understand Jingle All the Way? Come on, man.
but I mean, a lot of people saw this as kids. I was a bit older when this came out, so maybe that's the issue. But I did get this at $10 when I did that other, and that sold out too. So I don't know why people love this. You really want this on 4K? You better get it soon.
I have to admit, reluctantly, that I have actually never seen this movie. I need to see this movie. If only because, as you said, it is for many people an important film. I concur that I would not give it a priority status. It'd be cool to have it on Steelbook, but I don't know that I need it on 4K. So I will be satisfied with 3 monkeys for that one.
Yeah, I was giving it curious myself, so.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's move on.
All right. Another apparently complete series release.
Cats.
Yes, we have a foo here.
It's cats.
Pity the foo. Okay.
The good cats.
Yes. So, Charmed is getting a re-release. Another staple of the late 90s into the early aughts. Aimed at a slightly different audience, but still, I'm sure there was a lot of overlap in the viewership. This is a show that I caught, again, a few episodes. I was always curious. I've never really went out of my way. Does this, how many episodes has this one got?
Let's see here. Oh, is there? Okay.
No.
Second season.
Is that only the... No, wait. It's just the 3rd season?
Yeah, it's just the 3rd season.
Well, what the hell? They can't even... They don't say anything on the cover about it being the 3rd.
Yeah, it's just season 3, see?
Well, they don't say anything on the cover about that.
Nope.
That's some bullshit. Okay, well, there you go. So season 3 of Charmed. Well, that immediately reduces my interest in this.
Especially for $37.49.
Fuck that. Oh, pardon my French. I will definitely get the whole series if I can get it for about $30, but I'm not paying that much for a season. But most of what I said still holds. I'm curious about this. I might get it eventually. If we're doing season by season, this is definitely a low curious, but if we're talking more the complete series, then it's more of a high curious.
Yeah, cat's trying to take over my mouse. Well, he's trying to attack the mouse.
Yes.
But yes.
Appropriate.
So I can go with low curious as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a lot about the series, so I'm willing to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very low curious, especially piecemeal, and heck if I buy it for that price.
Right.
No offense to you Charmed fans out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Charmed, I'm sure.
All right. So first really, really big one of the day. If I don't get my stack of pickups thrown out, okay, is Minari. As my mouse goes over, so Minari is an Oscar winner, and I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see so many of them are getting physical releases. That is really good, and I am looking forward to eventually getting this. It will be mine. Oh yes. And for $15.99, that's not a bad price. I gotta wonder if they're gonna do a criterion of it.
Perhaps eventually.
But it would still be good to have in the collection. So it's something that is on my list. It's been on my list. It is like any Oscar-winning film.
Wow.
This is what happens with cats. He does this before he drinks water. I get it.
Okay.
So, I am kind of on the fence between Priority and Yes Please, because I do believe it's worth having.
Right.
And it's an Oscar winner. I'll probably put it as a Yes Please, because I've definitely wish listed it. No, I can't. It's got to be it's a low priority, but it's a priority because I have to have it. I'm not letting it go out of print. I will have it eventually.
Well, by that logic, I would have to concur that it's Orth5 Monkeys, because I will get it. But I'm definitely not pre-ordering it, and I'll definitely wait for the price to come down.
That's the thing. I mean, priority is more of, you're not just wish listing it, you're going to eventually get it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a definite get eventually.
Okay. Right. It will happen. Yes, it will.
So let's see here. Next up,
we have The Daydreamer, which is a new release based off of, from what I understand, I think it's a series of shorts. I think it's a series of shorts. It's a Rankin production. I think it's Rankin Bass. It's definitely Arthur Rankin. And based on Hans Christian Andersen's tales. And you have such people involved as Burl Ives, Boris Karloff, Patty Duke, and Margaret Hamilton, and Ray Bolger. I mean, that's a pretty interesting, Ed Wynn. You got a pretty interesting assortment of talent here. I've heard decidedly mixed things about this production, but come on, a Rankin Bass production about Hans Christian Andersen's stories, that's worth a look, no doubt about it.
I figured it was Kino.
Yeah, it is Kino. Good deal. And, so that's definitely a curious on my list.
I'd give it a curious because, it was on my list as well. So that tells you I was definitely curious about it.
Good deal.
All right. So Mission Impossible is coming out with a 25th anniversary limited edition. Blu-ray plus digital. I'm not sure if there's a heck of a lot. There's a lot of special features on here. I don't know how many of them are not on the other releases.
Right.
And I've got it on Blu-ray already with the Mission Impossible collection, which has all the movies, which admittedly was a little bit more expensive than this because it's $12.99. Which is good because sometimes they will release this stuff for like a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean, the 4K has already been released of this thing. So you're getting kind of a downgrade, but you're getting it, I guess you're getting it for that 25th anniversary thing. You're getting that little sticker there.
It's an upgrade if you have DVD.
It's a car decal.
Ooh.
I mean, a lot of people feel like I have iffy thoughts about Tom Cruise because he comes across as kind of a not so nice a guy, especially with what I've heard about him and his friends. I do feel like Mission Impossible is one of those that's theoretically a must-have in the collection.
Oh, yeah.
So I would put him as a low yes, please.
Yeah, I'd give it a yes, please. I don't know. Again, I don't know if you need to upgrade if you've already got it.
I mean, I got the whole collection.
But,
I ain't upgrading to get them all individual.
Right.
But,
Okay. Drunken Master 2, which I believe is the one that also is known as Legend of Drunken Master. You've got Jackie Chan in his famed Drunken Master role. In turbulent China before World War I, the collapse of the Manchu dynasty fuels violent uprisings and political chaos. The perfect setting for a grand-scale smuggling ring led by an unscrupulous British consul. Alright. Only one man, legendary Drunken Fist Master Huang Hui Hung, possesses the courage and ferocity to stop the ruthless gang. Well, most Jackie Chan stuff is usually worth a look, at least anything before the last 10, 15 years. But, like when he, in his heyday, this was and Drunken Master definitely are some of his better known, more acclaimed movies. I would definitely give this a look one of these days. I'll go with Curious.
I can go with Curious. The first one was interesting. I saw that one when it came out, the first Drunken Master one. And I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping for, I don't know what I was hoping for. But, I mean, it's Jackie Chan. It's fun. I wouldn't mind getting these, like, as a 2-pack.
Yeah, I know. It is kind of weird that this one's randomly coming out on its own.
I'm not sure I'd pay $17.99 for it, but,
Right.
All right, so, National Lampoon's Animal House is getting a 4K release.
That's a movie that screams 4K.
Yeah, I'm not sure it needs 4K, but I'm not sure. Shoot, DVD seemed almost like it was good enough.
Right.
But a lot of it would be, is there a lot of special features? And there doesn't appear to be that many special features. As an anniversary edition, you would hope for more. But, it's possible I would upgrade in the future. I'm not sure. I mean, there's a multi-format Blu-ray I could get for $5.17.
The same edition?
That's a different edition, but I don't know if there's any special features on it. But it's the regular. It's an older release.
Right.
But I don't think there's much more on it or off of it. So plus it's a Blu-ray edition, which is about as far upgrade as you need.
Right.
Then again, that might be wrong. There may be some Animal House, people were like, no, you need to see the nose hairs on Belushi's face as he's pulled them. And I was like, yeah. Now, if you don't have Animal House.
Right, to see the droplets of spittle as he chants, Toga! Toga!
I'd actually even say Animal House itself as a movie, because I'm having to look at these as if I don't have it.
Right.
Yes, it would be a priority film. It would be one that I would have to have in my collection.
Right. Now,
maybe not 4K, but yes.
A disclaimer. It is we were talking about how certain issues involved might diminish the glow on Mission Impossible. To put it bluntly, Animal House took place in a time and a place that are not the modern day.
No.
And it will offend many modern sensibilities on many levels. But it is a fun movie, and it's a great time capsule sort of film in a lot of ways. And it is an essential to the collection. So yeah, I can agree with it being a priority. If I did not have it somehow at all, I would probably prioritize getting it.
I mean, shoot, I have a ratty DVD copy.
Same here.
But I'm kind of like, do I need to upgrade it?
Right.
It plays it just fine.
Right. All right. Now, a much more recent film is a film by Florian Zeller that is called The Father, which provided everyone with an utterly shocking ending to this year's Oscars. Where Anthony Hopkins, who was asleep at home in Wales, won Best Actor.
Well, he didn't think he was going to win it.
And again, he came on afterwards and gave an explanation and a good tribute to the guy everyone thought was going to win, Chadwick Boseman. And it was more the fault of the people behind the show who really should have known that it was going to end badly if it didn't go as planned. But at any rate, it is a phenomenal performance from Anthony Hopkins. And just in terms of structure, it's one of the most fascinating films I've ever seen. The structure of the film was just incredible. And I really, really did. I can't say enjoy is the best word for it.
Really?
But I was very deeply impressed. And this is one I will get. Much like Minari, I'm not going to pre-order it, but I will make a point to get it. So, that is a 5-monkey film.
It will be mine.
Actually,
yeah.
with the dementia angle and what could say some mental issues, one could say that's almost a 12 Monkeys one.
Well, it is a good film. It's sadly marred by the whole debacle, but still a good film nevertheless.
Right.
All right. So, another one that's not on Amazon.
Huh.
Because Amazon wants you to buy it digitally.
And I'll bet you Disney's probably already charged me for it, and I didn't even realize it.
Is Raya and the Last Dragon. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm looking here, and there is a Best Buy Steelbook. Mm-hmm. Duh. But I put the cover up with the regular Blu-ray release.
Right.
Because this one's probably... Yeah, it's already unavailable.
So nearby.
Yeah, I mean, what they're saying is you can't order it online, so it's already unavailable most places, and it's unavailable nearby. So there might be some physical stores that will have it, but it's unlikely. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious about this. Like, I do want to see it. I didn't want to pay $30 premium for on top of my Disney Plus to see it. What I'm probably going to do is when I get a paycheck, I'll probably go on the Disney Movie Club, get this, and get a couple of movies that I've been meaning to get from it, and that's how I will get it.
Seems likely.
It's because I think this is what Disney was hoping to do with Mulan when it comes to China, but from what I've heard, they do it much better here than with Mulan as far as like a tribute to Chinese culture and heritage. I'm still not sure I want to support that. Not that I'm against China itself. Not that I'm against Chinese heritage. I'm against a tyrannical government.
Right.
Enslaving people and exterminating people for their religious beliefs. That's more what I'm against. So I'm still probably going to get this because I do like to try and get all of Disney's mainline animated features. And before I pass any real judgment on the film, much like Mulan, I want to see it first. So I will put it as a yes, please, because I'll put it on my wish list. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get it in the near future.
Right. Now, this is one that I am quite curious about myself. My little bits that I've seen make me think that this does look really good in terms of, and I'm wondering where I had been under the impression, and I'm certainly seeing this here, that I'm not really sure this is supposed to be a Chinese story by any means. Just more like a full-on fantasy epic. So I definitely would not call it that until I know more. But I'm a little bit puzzled that Disney did not try to cram this into that 2-month window, because it came out, like 2 weeks later?
Yeah.
And I'm amazed that they're putting it on physical so quickly. I'm utterly dumbfounded that they're doing that. Until I have more data, I can only give this a yes, please, but it definitely is that. I want to see it.
All right, let's see here. Oh, it's already up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about...
Okay. It Happened Tomorrow. Apparently a Cohen film collection release via Kino Lorber, I believe. This is a film from way back in the day. I mean, way back in the day. I have no idea what date because that information is not here. But let's see here. It was, the reason it made my list is that it actually was a, I want to say double Oscar nominee. If memory serves, I think it was like sound and original song or some such thing. So, nothing too important. But nonetheless, this is a re-release of an Oscar-nominated film. It is on my list because of that. I have to give it a yes, please. But I don't have enough interest to push beyond that.
I'm more on a curious level with that one. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, next up is The Sting, which is a Paul Newman, Robert Redford film. It's getting a 4K release. Of course, then again, much like older films getting a Blu-ray release, sometimes they surprise me with how good they look, so maybe this is a necessary upgrade. I already have The Sting. I think I maybe actually have it on Blu-ray, which I'm not sure if I need, but it does have some stuff. It does like a couple special features that may be there, like that 3-part documentary on the creation of the film. So it might be worthwhile.
Cool.
I mean, it is an Oscar winner, and I would say, I mean, if you don't have The Sting, you could have a worse copy of it, I'm sure. And to me, it would be a yes, please, because it is a pretty big film.
Oh, I'd go one further. As films of the 70s, this was more important than Animal House. I'd give it a priority. I mean, it's a good film. I think I probably have a DVD copy, so I'm due for an upgrade. But again, I don't know if I need 4K, but I could see 4K again more so than I could for Animal House. The if only because of the awesome music. But all right,
let's see. Why am I putting that up there?
I have no idea.
All right, let's move over there.
Okay, now we have another 2020 release that made a lot of critics' lists, but didn't do much with the awards racket, which is called The Nest. This is, I believe, the first film since Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene by Sean Durkin. That was another film that all the critics loved, and it didn't make much of a dent in award season. I have seen Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene, and it was a difficult watch. And I've heard that The Nest is no different. But I have also heard that Carrie Coon and Jude Law give fantastic performances. That they were both in the short running for acting this year, or should have been. And I really do want to see this. I'd like to see it before we finalize our nominations. And I meant to put a hold on it today, and I forgot to. But this is one that I very much want to see. I probably want to have. Its lack of its awards history makes it less important, and the fact that it's supposed to not be that fun to watch, I'm probably going to give it a weak yes, please. Like right on the border.
I'm going to go down to curious, because I have no desire to watch it, but, you talk it up enough, maybe I'll want to watch it eventually.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. Okay, this one I just had to.
Wait, you changed it from latrine? That's what that...
Shithouse. Yes, there is a film called Shithouse with Cooper Raiff and Dylan Galore, which I one of the most extraordinary SXSW
South by Southwest.
Debuts this year. Knowing and funny, a vulnerable gem. Just the name. It just takes me over. Look at what the treatment it got here. Amazon's giving it to treatment too.
Nice.
Lonely college freshman Alex has closed himself off from his peers, who all appear to have this whole college thing figured out. But everything changes one night when Alex takes a leap and attends a party where he forges a strong connection with Maggie. The next day, she ignores him completely and seems to have forgotten about their amazing night. Despite clinging to a social breakthrough, Alex pulls out all stops with one more night, hoping to rekindle that moment of connection. It sounds a lot more artistic than the name would imply, but it still sounds like something fun, and I do want to see this. It is who's releasing this? IFC release.
Huh.
So, I'm putting this as a curious.
I'm not sure fun is the word I'm using. It sounds more painful to me. But I agree, that title does grab you. And I'm curious about it. I give it 3 monkeys.
All right. So, boom.
Okay. Bette Davis and Errol Flynn star in The Private Lives of Elizabeth and Essex. This is an old film. I think it's from like 39 or something. It's back in the day. I mean, Errol Flynn, you know it's old. This was up, if I'm remembering correctly, because I did this like 2 nights ago. I want to say this is the one that was actually up for 5 Oscars. I mean, it was. There was one. I think it was this one that was actually up for a bunch of stuff. That being said,
let me see if it's
there's
here.
relatively little else that grabs me about this. Yeah, nominated for 5. I don't really. It's about the love between Elizabeth I and the dashing Earl of Essex. Errol Flynn's pretty cool. He's usually a lot of fun. It would be interesting to see him in a very different sort of role than what people usually think of. And the multiple Oscar nominations, I have to give it a yes, please. Again, not on my high priority to see, but one day.
I will give it a curious because it's not a winner. But if I see it and I like it, it might go up to yes, please.
Right.
All right. Let's see. Next up, the Snoopy 4-movie collection. Now, for those fans of Charlie Brown, I'm sure that you would love some of these potential classics. A Boy Named Charlie Brown, Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, Snoopy Come Home, and Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown, which is the only one. I think that one is Snoopy Come Home I have seen. A lot of people have grown up on the Peanuts, and they haven't all aged well either. But I liked Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown, and eventually I wouldn't mind because I've got that. That's the only one of these 4 I have, and I have it on DVD. I could get 3 extra movies and have it in a thinner box. What I have for the one.
Now, Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown sounds like it's a Lucy-centric one.
Yeah,
that little bitch.
I've seen a lot of these. There's this guy called Toonerific Tyreek who does a lot of cartoon reviews, stuff like that. He did an entire Peanuts special piece where he covered every single one of them, multi-parts, and it was really interesting. I mean, they are fun.
To a degree.
Serious. I mean, especially like the core ones. I mean, Great Pumpkin, and the Christmas one. Those 2 are real classics.
Those are classics, yes.
Lesser to the Thanksgiving one. But
Yeah.
yes.
I'm surprised, though, with your sensitivity about bullying that you don't come down harder on this one. Because
I am of two minds with it, but it's so ingrained in
I
my
know.
childhood, it's hard not to.
It's like
The nostalgia beats me.
Lucy is a hateful, sadistic little bitch. And quite frankly, Snoopy is incredibly bullying
Now,
to Charlie Brown.
if you look in the context of how the kids actually treat her,
Yeah.
and especially how the author treats her, like when she's in the Halloween,
Right.
it's like I wear a costume that matches my personality, and she gets a
Right.
witch mask over her face.
Right.
Plus, there is something about that. I do want one of those like statuettes of her sitting there at the psychiatry, 5 cents for my office.
Right.
So to me, this is a little bit more than, I guess it would be a yes please, because it is on my list of to gets.
Yeah, this one, it's a little more problematic for me to say yes, please. But I could definitely give it a curious, because it does look like it'd be a good thing to have in the collection. And for all my bitching about the series, you're right, it's ingrained. It's part of the American conscience. And,
I do like that Family Guy scene where he beats the crap out of her.
yes. And one of the things I liked about the CG remake was that Lucy was still painted as a horrible bitch, but nearly everyone else was slightly smoothed, and they were all much, I won't say nicer to Charlie Brown, but less hateful, including Snoopy. So that was good. But Snoopy does have a fun imagination. You know, all his stuff about the Baron and all that, that's kind of fun. Okay, another film that really, really got a lot of praise from the art house crowd and the critics, but failed to connect with the most of the award shows, was a drama called Supernova, which is about two life partners who are played by Colin Firth and Stanley Tucci, and they go on a journey, like a road trip. It's a road trip film, but Tucci plays a man with dementia, and they're going on the road trip basically to give him like one last hurrah, if you will, in life. So it probably ended up losing out because it came out almost like right before the father did, and which is a shame because Tucci and Firth are both phenomenal actors. And everything I heard about this was that it was one of Tucci's best roles. So I really want to see this again, hopefully before our awards thing. So this one for me, even though senior dementia is not a comfortable or easy topic, and it's never something I really want to sit down and watch, I really want to see these two and how they handle it, and it does have my curiosity piqued. So that's a 4-monkey movie.
Okay. So.
Yeah. So
Star
you
Trek.
put it, what?
I left it at curious. I mean, no, you're right.
Yeah, you didn't say anything.
Curious.
Okay. There you go.
All right. I didn't feel like it had to be said.
Oh.
But in any case, Star Trek: The Lower Decks, Season 1. I've heard mixed things about this. I've heard some episodes are brilliant and some episodes are, but I've heard I've heard overall it is a fun show. We're looking at the limited edition,
Right.
but I am very much into Star Trek. I enjoy the series and all that stuff. And it's kind of funny because this actually covers all of those crew members that are not in the main officer lineup, the mooks, if you will. So
The red shirts and their friends.
I do like that, and I am very interested in this. I think that if I'm going to get a Star Trek series in the near future, this will probably be the next one I go for.
Do we have any idea who's behind this?
Let's see.
I know I've heard at some point, and I just can't remember.
creator of Rick and
Oh,
executive
right.
producer of Rick and Morty.
Nice.
So I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. I don't care who's doing the voices or anything because it won't really drive me. But I know.
Oh, so it has guest appearances by some of the original cast members. That's kind of fun.
But it does look like some fun.
Well, a lot of times knowing who's behind it at least gives you an idea of the humor. I like the art better than Rick and Morty. That I can say.
So I've got this. It's probably going to be a yes, please for me because I am going to get it eventually. Maybe not the special edition, but I will be getting it. Just a win, I don't know.
I'm not going to be able to go that high, but I'm certainly curious about it.
All right.
Yeah.
And moving on.
Moving on. Okay, my last one. We're going to end big this week. Well, sort of.
Well, yeah.
We have a Criterion release by Xiaoxian Hu, which is called Flowers of Shanghai. And it co-stars Tony Leung, if I remember correctly.
I got something down here.
Well,
There you go.
Yeah. Tony Leung Chuwai and Michiko Hara. And it apparently, the description says, an intoxicating, time-bending experience bathed in the golden glow of oil lamps and wreathed in an opium haze. This gorgeous period reverie traces the romantic intrigue, jealousies, and tensions swirling around 4 late 19th century Shanghai flower houses, where the courtesans live confined to a gilded cage, ensconced in opulent splendor, but forced to work to buy back their freedom. And of course, Tony Leung is one of their clients, and his favorite mistress is Michiko Hara. I'm rather a fan of Tony Leung. He is a very, very gifted actor, and I've seen some very good stuff that he's been in. This is not one that necessarily would have been on my radar, but as a Criterion release, it definitely sounds promising, and I will happily give that a yes, please, to get eventually.
All right. For me, I have to know more. I am not as familiar with the body of work, and I am not. Again, I have to see it first, so I give it a curious though.
Okay.
It's not like something I would go meh to.
Yeah.
But we do have two things that we're ending on a bang with, because we're not just ending on a Criterion, we're ending on an Arrow.
Nice.
So this is a nice looking release. I did this specifically for Dave because I know he will want this set.
I'll bet.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Weird Wisconsin, the Bill Rebane collection. He'd probably know everything about this dude because he usually does say this. And I love the title. I don't love the price.
No.
But let's see what the...
But for 4 films from Arrow?
Yeah, I mean, that's not terrible there. I mean, the limited edition contents, we've got 6 Bill Renbane... Oh, 6 films. Monster A Go-Go, I've seen that one. Invasion of Inner Earth. The Alpha Incident. Demons of Ludlow. The Game. Twister's Revenge. So that's quite a bit of special features, too, on this.
Nice.
Monster A Go-Go is... Yeah. So if Monster A Go-Go is something to go through, these are definite B movies. And not delightfully B movies like, say, the Lake Michigan Sea Monster, but more of a Mystery Science Theater level B movie, which Monster A Go-Go was. That's how I saw Monster A Go-Go, as a matter of fact. But I think if you're a fan of this, or you're a Wisconsinite, there are worse things that you could go for. I will put it on a curious level, because I wouldn't mind getting this set.
Right.
I just don't want to pay that much. But if it
Yeah.
came across like for $20 or $25, I might do that, especially for one of the limited sets. That would look really good on my.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, especially because the likelihood that Dave will eventually put several of those films up
Yeah.
is probably pretty high, so it'd be worth having. And I do find it fascinating that Arrow keeps targeting all these low-budget Midwestern films. It's like kind of random.
Good on that, though.
Yeah, good on that.
Like tinfoil collection. They're doing
Exactly.
my tinfoil work for me.
There you go. There you go. You should have patented that or something beforehand.
But
So anyway, yeah, I can agree with that. I'd give that 3 monkeys.
So you're all looking at this picture now. I put up the picture of our tier, and we have a pretty interesting thing. Only one meh.
A lot of curiosities.
A lot of curiosities, and we have a fairly good high-ranking grouping here. Down below, and I'm not showing this as much because I have a couple of things that I recently picked up. That is there. Was there anything down here that you were like that should have been covered? That's not in my pickups.
Yeah, there were a couple I was kind of curious about. Nothing major. Yeah, I was kind of curious about Snake Eyes. I have been for years, but I've always heard it's a bad movie.
Huh.
But it's speaking of bad movies, I guarantee you we would have had a zero monkey movie if that Tom and Jerry one had ended up here. At least from what I've heard.
I detest that cartoon. So we talk about cartoons that I had a hard time with growing up. That'd be one I actually never liked even growing up.
I enjoyed it as a kid, but I've heard this movie is absolutely nothing good to it.
I don't know if there has been a lot of good at Tom and Jerry since the new. But
All right.
any case, with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.